one more judge is yet to join. We'll be starting as soon as he joins. We'll be adding you to a breakout room as soon as he joins. Hello, everyone. We will be starting the event at 4:30 sharp. Thank you.
Yeah, for the evaluation of the presentations from Creative, I think what we thought was since
sir,
we have.
Sorry to disturb. The session is on live on YouTube. We will be adding you to a breakout room so that we can discuss.
Oh, good.
Hi, Sound, can you add me to the room too, where the evaluators are discussing?
Sure. Wait.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the final round of Mini Hackathon, organized in collaboration with the Center for Data Science, University of Colombo, Creative Software, and the Stat Circle of University of Colombo as part of the first ever international conference in data science in Sri Lanka. I'm Dasita Di Costa, and I will be one of your moderators for today.
Hi everyone, I'm Avin Rahul, and I'll be our other moderator for the evening.
89 teams around the country participated in this amazing event. After some really competitive rounds, 5 teams have emerged on top. Today, we are really privileged to witness the hard work of those teams and will be crowning the winners of the Mini Hackathon 2021. To start with today's proceedings, I would like to invite Soumya Hansani, the president of the Stat Circle, to give the welcome speech.
Thank you, Dasita. A very good evening to all of you. It is my privilege and pleasure on behalf of the organizing committee to welcome you all to the grand finale of Mini Hackathon 2021, organized in collaboration with the Center for Data Science, University of Colombo, Creative Software, and the Stat Circle of University of Colombo as part of the first ever international conference in data science in Sri Lanka. We'd like to extend a special welcome to the Vice Chancellor, University of Colombo, Senior Professor Chandrika N. Vijayaratna, the Dean of Faculty of Science, Senior Professor D.U.J. Sonnadara, the Head of Department of Statistics, Professor Chandima Tilakaratna, Director of Center for Data Science, Dr. Samira Viswakula, and the lecturers and instructors of the Department of Statistics. We are also honored to have in our presence the co-founder and owner Creative Software, Mr. Sajid Piris. We couldn't have made this hackathon a reality without the immense dedication and hard work of the team from our knowledge and strategic partner who worked tirelessly from day one to make today a reality. Sir, I warmly welcome you and the team from Creative Software to this event. I bid a very warm welcome to all the esteemed members of the judge panel and would like to thank them for allocating time to be a part of this hackathon. We are honored to have you with us. Finally, a very warm welcome to each and every one of the participants representing different universities island-wide, as well as all my fellow students. Before we get started, I would like to express my sincere gratitude and appreciation to everyone who generously helped us to make this event a success. Advisor of the Stat Circle, Dr. Sunetra Abesingha, Senior Treasurer of the Stat Circle, Dr. Rasika Jayatilaka, and the former advisor of the Stat Circle, Dr. Nadika Basnaika. This event would not be possible without you. Also, I would like to mention the immense support given by the members of the Stat Circle in organizing this event. So I hope you have a wonderful evening and good luck to the top 5 teams. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Soumya. We have been totally blown away by the high standard of entries this year. But lucky for us, we have got some database gurus on board to help with the difficult task of selecting the winners. Ladies and gentlemen, let me now take the privilege and the honor to introduce the judge panel for this gracious event. To begin with, Mr. Sajid Piris, who is the co-founder of Creative Software, is joining as a judge.
Next up, we have Mr. Tharindu Thundeniya, the Director for Application Management at Creative Software.
Dr. G.P. Lakraj, Senior Lecturer at Department of Statistics, University of Colombo, is also joining as a judge.
Last but not least, we have Mr. Rajit Munasinghe, a lecturer at the Department of Statistics, University of Colombo.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we proceed with the presentations, let me brief you out the rules and regulations of the competition. So each team will be given a maximum of 10 minutes for the presentation, and the presentation will be followed by a 5-minute Q&A session. And most importantly, all 4 team members must participate in the presentation. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you all have been waiting for. The competitors are ready. the judges are ready, and the audience is ready. So let's get started with the presentations. The first presentation will be done by Team Bitlasanya from University of Peradeniya. So I would like to ask the team members who will be conducting the presentation to turn on your video cameras so that our technical team can spotlight you. Can the speakers see the timer screen?
Yes. We can see.
Thank you. Starting from Dinura. Can you state your name to the camera so that we can check your audio quality?
I'm Dinura Dishanai.
Thank you. Next up, Satira.
Hi everyone, I'm Satira Silva.
Thank you. Shamal. Shamal, I think you are having a connection issue.
Hello.
Shamal.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah, you were having a connection issue. Is that resolved now?
Yes, yes.
All right. Finally, Pasindu.
Hello, I'm Pasindu Marasi.
Thank you very much. Judges, are you satisfied with the quality of the competitor's audio and video?
Yeah.
Shall we proceed?
Yeah, yes.
Thank you very much. We are ready to proceed, ladies and gentlemen. Team Bitlasanya, you can start your presentation now. Good luck.
Okay, good evening everyone. I'm Satira Silva, the team leader of Bitlasanya. So before I start, I'd like to share a quick recap of the semi-final task. So in a nutshell, what we managed to do...
This is Ajit. Yeah, now you're supposed to give some input to the...
So in a nutshell, what we managed to do within the 12 hours was that we were able to build an algorithmic model to extract the total amount by applying regex to the OCR results. Now, let me elaborate on how we kickstarted this task. Since the requirements were to start from the OCR text extraction, there were two ways to approach this solution. As you can see in the slide, one using an NLP model, two using a rule-based algorithm. So here we chose the second method to proceed with. So what is the advantage of an algorithmic method? Well, it's that algorithms can be proven accurate and their results are exact. Unlike in machine learning models, which are always have some uncertainty. To show you what I mean, let's say the OCR extracts the text with 80% accuracy and the NLP model recognizes the entities with 80% accuracy. So this will lead the accuracy of the extracted key information to be only 64%. But when rule-based method is used, since the accuracy of the algorithm is always 100%, the final accuracy will be much higher than the NLP model for this particular task. Therefore, we think our algorithmic model is the best for this task based on the above points. So as you can see in the next slide, there are mainly two types of receipts, structured and unstructured. The given task was focusing mainly on structured bills. Thus, a rule-based method has the ability to get accurate results for these structured data sets. But if we were to extract information from unstructured bills, such as handwritten bills, we might have a shift from the algorithmic method to an NLP method. There are existing researches done on that area. So here is a research that we found, which uses kind of a hybrid approach to extract unstructured data from scanned images of a form. But I'm not going to deep dive into their methodology. However, the product we propose is going to be built upon a model similar to this. We are not going to focus on bills or receipts because there is no point of developing a product that already exists, right? So there is this web platform called Verify that does exactly that. Also, there is a high probability that these receipts are gonna be digitalized in the near future. So in the next slide, Dinura will be introducing our product and the features we are going to include. Over to you, Dinura.
Yeah, thank you, Satya. So our product would be a web-based platform with a mobile component to extract data from your financial documents as well as financial forms. So as everyone in modern day, so we are in a rat race to finding solutions for our financial problems. So since that case, our potential customers would shrink in any kind of near future. So when we are going to our product, so first of all, in the second round, we were asked to only to extract total from the bills, but that can be adapted for many other places as well. So when our proposing product, we are trying to implement a product for use for taxation purposes. So people can simply take out their phones and scan their financial documents as well as financial forms and extract their expenses and earnings from them. So they can be used for taxation purposes as well as personal financial purposes. Then in countries like America, there are some kind of taxes called deductibles. Like for an example, charitable donations. So those kind of taxes are deducted from the final amount. So using our smart platform, our consumers can identify those kind of deductibles and deduct them from our from their final tax amount. Then as a company, our final goal would be data extraction from handwritten bills. So using this kind of our product can be used for many extract data from many documents. Then when we are talking about our unique features, so we are going to add a database component to our product as well. So since in most of the countries taxation is done annually, so as we are spending our day-to-day life, we can simply scan our financial documents as well as financial forms and extract data from them and store that data in our database. So when the need comes after a year or any kind of a period, so the consumer can extract those data from our database and use them to any kind of a purpose. Then we are going to introduce an add-on or a bridge through a REST API to cloud accounting software as well as cloud taxation software. So our consumers can simply scan their documents, financial documents from their mobile phone and feed those information to those kind of platforms. So this will give a really easy time. Otherwise, they'll have to manually input all kind of data to those kind of platforms. So to talk more about our market, I would like to invite Shaman Vitasuri. Shaman, over to you.
Okay, so first I'll explain why we won't approach data analyst companies as our market, which would seem like an obvious choice. So these bills you gave us are made using a POS system. So a digital form of these bills already exists. So let's say that our product extract all these statistical data out of the bills and gives them out to data analyst companies. Once all these supermarket chains get to know about this, they can start to give our own digital form of the bills, and the demand of our product will collapse at once. So this market is not quite safe to approach. So the most interesting market to approach would be taxation. So in Sri Lanka, we pay tax at the same time we purchase an item. But in several countries like USA, they allow their citizens to pay tax annually. For this, several tax documentation should be filled with his income, expenses, and other financial requirements. So taxpayers can calculate their tax liability, schedule tax payments, or request funds for overpayment of tax. So most of the people hire an accountant to go through with this process, and some of them do it by themselves. So the person who's doing this has to fill out a large amount of documents with a bunch of bills. So this is an opportunity that builds demand for a product, since the extracting expenses and deductibles are a key feature of our product. So the next market would be insurance companies. So these insurance companies don't allow their customers to submit data through online or any digital platform. So they discourage their customers to apply for claims by letting them go through a painful process of paperwork. Then they outsource services to enter this data they get from the handwritten documents to enter to their database system. So we'll be approaching to insurance companies and we'll introduce a product which can extract details from handwritten documents and enter them to their databases automatically. So I'll let Pasindu handle the market strategy part of our product.
Thank you, Shamal. I'm going to talk about the market strategies we use. We provide our customers with 3 options. The first one is that obviously you can buy the product like 10,000 rupees. If you want to use the product regularly, you should definitely buy the software. And if you think that it is too expensive to buy, you are having doubts about the software and you want to test it, you can try the subscription plan we offer. You can pay a subscription fee of like 1,000 rupees a month and use the software. If you start liking it, you can cancel the subscription and or if you hate it, you can either buy it or quit using it. And if you still think that it is not worth purchasing because you don't need it to use it regularly, you can go for the cloud service we offer. You can pay and get the service whenever you want. You just need to upload the documents to the cloud and get your things done. The pricing here depends on the requirement, depends on how big the requirement is. And that's it for the presentation. I thank you all on behalf of the team with Pete Lasagna, and over to you.
Thank you, Team Bitlasanya, for that wonderful presentation. Judges, if you have any questions, you can ask them now.
So what kind of requirements when it comes to the model improvements that you think you would need when it comes to implementing this new area of taxation and other tax related information extraction? Do you think your existing approach could be sufficient, or what kind of improvements that you think would be needed?
So to target those kind of taxation market, we have to improve our NLP based model to recognize handwritten structured data structures as well as unstructured data. So using that kind of things, we can go to that market.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here when you build the model, you have used NLP and rule-based technique, right? So can you briefly explain what is the reason for selecting rule-based technique for this problem?
So like we said before, if we use you were advised to use OCR first and then do something, right? So OCR also has some accuracy, let's say 90%, and machine learning models will also be not perfect, like they will have like 80%, let's say 90%. So the final accuracy will be 0.9 into 0.9, so right, 81%. But if we used an algorithm to extract the data from the OCR results, the accuracy will be much higher than the. So that's why we went with an algorithmic way.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. When considering go-to-markets, did you think or did you thought about adding other language supports, or like do you think like did you at least give a thought about will this work on other languages, or have you planned on adding other language capabilities into it, or if so, have you thought of any ways of, let's say, bringing it to a market which doesn't use English in their base?
Yeah, we thought about that too. Um, in the OCR phase, so we can train our model to handle those kind of languages too. So not only in English, so we can target multiple languages too.
Judges, are we done with the Q&A session?
Yes, yes, I'm also yeah. The organizers, can we question the pricing model as well? Is that, or is it just a technical aspect that we can question?
I think since the idea is to I think we can ask pricing model as well.
Okay, okay. So one quick question. What are the running costs do you foresee when you launch this, and when people start using this, when you onboard subscribers, what kind of running costs are you looking at? Not the exact amount, but what sources of costs are you looking at?
Okay, so regarding that, Pasindu Shamal will.
Okay, actually, we've included that in the slides as well. Initially, we can sell it. If you want to buy it, we just put the numbers and you can buy it for like 10,000 rupees. And if you don't like it, if you don't like to buy it at first, you can just go for the subscription plan that we offer. And
was on cost to you, not the pricing.
So the obvious cost would be computational cost, and we will have an intermediate person to cross check all these outputs we get. That would be the main cost we have.
So you're gonna manually. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, other than that, the database cost. So we are going to get some kind of amount from the users as well if they are using a large amount of a database, but the database cost would be also in there.
Right. And is the solution going to be hosted in the cloud? I think you offered few options. Is it only going to be hosted in the cloud, or do you have any on-prem options as well?
No, we had a standalone option and a subscription, and then the cloud computation.
Okay, got it. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Sorry.
Thank you, judges. Now we will be having 1 minute of silence for the judges to finalize their marks.
Judges, can we proceed?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you very much. So the second presentation for the day will be done by Team Noob Hackers from University of Moratuwa. So before we start the presentation, I kindly request the team members to turn on your video camera so that our technical team can spotlight you. Thank you very much. And can you all see the timer screen?
Yes, okay.
Thank you. Starting from Udani, can you please say your name to the camera so that we can check the audio quality?
Hello, I am Udani Gamla.
Thank you. Diniti.
Good evening, I'm Dinti Silva.
Thank you. Next up, Sandini.
Hello, I'm Sandani Javardhana.
Thank you. Hashini.
Hello, I'm Hashini Mitulika.
Judges, are you satisfied with the audio and the video quality of the competitors? Can we proceed?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I now invite Team Noob Hackers to start your presentation. I wish you all the very best.
Good evening, we are Team Noob Hackers from University of Moratuwa. This is our presentation introducing a new product idea related to the research field, key information extraction from scanned receipts. Our product is a mobile-based expense tracking and budget planning application. First, let's look into the functionality of the application. The app serves as a common platform for both users and selling companies. The users can scan and upload the receipts to the application. The upload receipts, the data will be extracted from the uploaded receipts and will be stored in a database. By analyzing the data in the database, the app will generate excessive expense alerts, budget reports, charts, and also provide suggestions for much affordable products aligned with their interests. A company can sell their products through these suggestions provided for the users. It is a new opportunity for companies to increase their sales. Let's identify our market. Our targeted market is the general public, especially those who struggle with expense management. We especially focus on the younger generation who are much more used to new technological trends and are also looking for an opportunity to cut down expenses since most of them are financially struggling. We also target the companies who are looking for a new platform to promote their products.
Expense tracking applications are already available in the market, but some of them are only facilitating manual entry of data. Even in the applications which facilitate uploading scanned receipts, by considering the customer reviews, we observe that our application has the potential to be good competitor to them in the market. Let's look at what makes our product unique. It can suggest products that would help users to reduce their expenses, can alert the user of excessive expenses, has the ability to detect handwritings, upload multiple images in one click, and also supports many languages.
Next, we will look at the approach we would follow in building this product. First, we will focus on building the feature extraction model, which is a subsystem of the entire system. This is an improvement of the model we built for the semifinals. First step is collecting the initial dataset. We hope to use the available ICDR 2019 SROIA dataset. In addition, we hope to collect a real-world dataset as well. Then, The collected data are split into 3 categories as training, validation, and testing. The next step is processing the images of scan receipts. Most probably, the images will carry many defects as mentioned in the slide. These defects will reduce the accuracy of information extraction. Thus, it is necessary to pre-process these images. We use the OpenCV functions to reduce the effects of these defects. Some of those functions are mentioned here. The next steps in the pipeline are text, and for that we are using OCR technology. Text detection is finding text area in the image, and text recognition converts obtained text into characters and words. These spatial and semantic data are extracted to be fed into the model. Next step in the pipeline is extracting features from the spatial and semantic data obtained from the OCR technology. We are expecting to extract 7 fields from the receipt, namely vendor, vendor address, items, item-wise price, date, time, and the grand total. For the hackathon, we extracted these key information fields from the text using a set of regular expressions for each feature we need to extract. The downside of such an approach is the difficulty to generalize the information extraction process for a variety of receipts with different layouts. As a solution for this, we decided to implement a deep learning approach to extract information. The models illustrated in the slide are some of these deep learning models that we came across during research. The first model, QT, or Convolutional Universal Text Information Extractor, applies convolutional neural networks on gridded text where texts are embedded as features with semantical connotation. The second model, CGNs for VRDS, encodes each text segment in the document to a graph embedding using multiple layers of graph convolutions. Then these graph embeddings are combined with text embeddings and apply a standard BIOS for entity extraction. The third one, faster RCNN plus AED approach has 2 main modules as text detection based on CTP structure and text recognition based on AED model. The paper mentioned that this system achieved a F1 score of 71.9%. In summary, we can tell that these models combine both semantic meaning and spatial distribution of texts to generate the results, and they can give a high accuracy compared to the typical method. We also hope to build our model using a convolution neural network, but we do not hope to build it from scratch. We are going to use a transfer learning method and build our model upon a pre-trained model available. The performance of the model can be evaluated by considering the per class accuracy across the feature classes. F1 score, AUC, precision, ROC curve are the evaluation matrices that can be used.
So far, our main focus was on improving our model for feature extraction from receipts. But to build our entire system, we have to consider the software development part as well, which is a completely new area of study for us. We have 2 options in this case. First is to learn them all by ourselves, which is a time-consuming process. The second option is to partner up with software developers who are looking for an opportunity to launch a new product to the market.
We hope to use these strategies mentioned in the slide to introduce our product to the market. Influencer marketing is the use of influencers to reach new users and promote our product. Posting regularly across social media channels can be used to raise awareness of the product and also a great way to build community and get feedback from users. Providing discounted items in exchange for sharing the app with others is a common but very effective marketing strategy used today. Marketing the performance of our app as a key point is also effective in attracting users. Improving our app visibility in the App Store and Google Store through different text, images, and videos will also attract the large number of users. We can have a rough estimation on time and effort required to build our product. First, we hope to allocate approximately 1 month for the data allocation. We discuss with our computer science batchmates to get some idea on the time that should be spent for software development part, in addition to the time spent to train the model, and collectively 6 months time can be allocated to build the product. In addition to the key information extract from scan research area to build our product, we have to refer these additional research as well. Categorizing expenses using database, key information extraction from logos and symbols present in scan receipt, key information extract from scan receipt of various languages. Thank you.
Thank you, Team Hackers, for that wonderful presentation. Judges, if you have any questions, you can ask them now.
Okay, can you briefly explain the way you measure the accuracy of your model?
We didn't implement it. It's our, we hope to use a neural network. It's, so already there are available models. Like we mentioned in the research papers, there are such models which have given this much of accuracy. So with that reviews only, we could see that the accuracy of such models were nearly 80%. And during the hackathon, the model we used, the approach we used was to use regular expressions. But since our application is extracting information from different kind of receipts, we can't go for that way. So this way is the best method. So we haven't measured the accuracy of our model because we haven't still built it. We are using to use a available model and build edit the last layers of convolution neural networks and build our model there.
All right, so one more question. So then here we have many machine learning techniques rather than a deep learning. Any reason for selecting deep learning to solve this problem?
The key things we notice here is we get receipts. So that is a kind of an image. So when we are talking about images, we know that more than any other machine learning model, convolution neural networks perform well. So here, although our task is not recognizing the image class, the task we have is extracting features from that. So we are taking the image plus the text extraction and feed that into the convolution neural network. So that way it becomes an effective model for our approach, for our problem.
Okay, can't you run the usual machine learning technique on the extracted features other than using deep learning?
If we use the normal machine learning model, then we have to feed that with features. So when feature extraction, we have to build a database first. So that should be then manually done. But
okay.
This way, we don't have to do it manually. We just have to input the.
All right, good.
Yeah, also, you guys mentioned that there are existing products that are out there in the same domain. So you also mentioned few differentiators that you could bring in. So do you think will it be enough to compete with the existing things which already established and already have user bases? What kind of additional improvements that you think would make your product attractive to the existing users who are using this expense management software?
Yeah, so in this our product, it is not just expense management. We are also focusing on selling companies. So it is basically a platform for both the user and the company. So what we do is we are going to extract the data from the receipts, And from that, of course, we are going to give a general budget plan and help the user to achieve those his budget planning goals. At the same time, we use those his item prices. We can track his interests, and also he can enter a certain budget level, let's say for a month, into the application, and so we can suggest some ideas, suggest some products from the companies that we have already partnered up with, so that you can use this instead of this, so you can reduce this much of expense. Because he can plan his expenses in that manner. So on the company side, the company can promote their, that means it is a new way of selling their items, not by targeting it to a single person and their expenses, rather than marketing it into the general public as a whole. It is a new way of singularly marketing the product to a person. So
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's a good idea. Yeah. Okay.
Rajat, are there any other questions?
Yeah, one. So are you? So I'm sorry. Are you going? Are you plan? Are the end users going to be individuals or companies?
Here we
Or
have
both? For both.
we can actually expand it for companies, but here we actually focus it mostly on general public, because now we have a lot of people, especially from colleges like us, like they handle their expenses to the very last decimal point, because their financial conditions are very unstable. So for
Right.
such people, they can use this app to plan a budget.
Got it. So the follow-up question is why? So you're clearly plan to use digital marketing as the main marketing campaign, right? Why digital marketing and not probably like other means of marketing, like conventional? What's the advantage should you foresee in using digital marketing?
It is like mostly it is available already now, especially since you're focusing this for younger generation. They are way ahead of our time, and we can introduce new technologies to them, so that way they can quickly adapt to the system and focus on this app only to track their, not only, but may use it as a main source of information to handle their budget.
Okay. Okay. Right.
Thank you, judges. Thank you, judges. So before moving on to the next presentation, we will have a 1-minute silence for the judges to finalize their marks.
Judges, are we ready to proceed?
Yeah.
Thank you. The third presentation for the day will be done by the team ICDS from University of Peradeniya. So I would like to ask the team members who will be conducting the presentation to turn on your video camera so that a person from our technical team can spotlight you. Thank you. Starting from Yashika, can you state your name to the camera so that the judges can see your audio quality?
Hello, I'm Ashika Nikam.
Thank you. Dilanka.
I'm Dilanka Java.
Thank you. Pramudita.
Hello, I'm Pramudita.
Thank you. Ashin.
Hello, I'm Ashin here.
Thank you. Judges, are you satisfied with the audio and the video quality of the computers?
Yeah, it's good.
Thank you. We are ready to proceed, ladies and gentlemen. Semicolon ICDS. You can start your presentation now. Good luck.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are Team Semicolon. Today, we will be presenting you how we're going to develop our model into a product idea. So firstly, I'll introduce you our team. It's me, Yashika, Pramudita, Ashen, and Dilanka. So we all are second year undergraduates from Faculty of Science, University of Peradeniya. Since we talk about technical methods in our model in semi-final, we will not be discussing it here. So moving on, when we do a background research to think about suitable application, we identified a major aspect of a customer is to pay bills, and some organizations like societies and clubs and maybe small businesses need to have records on their daily expenses. In this case, the problem is having a register of previous payments, and those customers need the physical invoices during their payments. And people have to carry invoices when they make payments, and in organization they have to collect bills and manually update systems. So this motivated us to create an application which detects the important details from bills and keep records and reduce manual work. So to fulfill our aim, we identified few objects. So they are extracting the detected details using OCR techniques, and develop a mobile application so that the user will be able to capture the image of the utility invoice or other bills, and the system will be automatically extract the details, and using the most effective inference model to detect the details from the invoice or bills, and finally integrating into a real world business application. So in this journey, learning from Hackathon was so much important to us, and that learning was the optical character recognition techniques. And moving on, if I talk about research literature, it was object detection in deep learning, and as well as optical character recognition techniques. We also found an existing approach when we do some further research. It is called Nanots app, and it has some similar characteristic like our app, but we hope to improve our app with some extra things. So now I invite Ashen to carry out the presentation.
Thank you, Yashika. Actually achieving OCR from handwritten invoices was not a successful with this model, because we tried to use NLP and it failed because there were not well recognized strings to extract from bills, because the OCR technique was not much reliable for us with this model. So we had to use a basic approach. With this research, we aim to develop a mobile application to use the most effective model to extract data from day-to-day utility invoices. let's talk about what are the unique features, how our product can be easily easily identified by with other existing approaches like Yashika said, nanotech nets. We are going to extract not only the total amount, we also try to extract the date and also especially the bill category. For that, in that regard, we are trying to make another NLP model to recognize the bill category, and we can easily classify those into several types, several bill types, as the presentation shows here. For an example, let's say we categorize the bills as electricity bills, food bills, and utility bills as other types. Then our goal is to give a monthly analysis to the about the cost and the expenses throughout the month, so the customer can easily identify what are the most expenses, and he can reduces them as necessary he wants. I'm inviting our team member to explain our target audience.
Yeah, thank you, Ashen. Let's identify the audience of our app. Speaking about domains, our app will be beneficial for everyone who receives bills and invoices from their utility service providers in day-to-day life. Our scope will be much wider. Speak about the go-to-market strategy. There will be 4 main parts: product market fit, target audience, competition, demand, and distribution, which I will be talking about upcoming slides. Yeah, the problem we are trying to solve is we are trying to reduce the extra effort people put into handle those invoices and keep records of their previous payments. And also, we are trying to provide the customer analyze statistic report about their expenses within a certain period of time. This can lead to save those unwanted expenses and boost productivity. The target audience will be everyday people with a smartphone. As we mentioned before, a similar product that we found was this Nano Nets app. They provide several different types of models. If we like, we can build our own model also, but it looks harder to use for someone without knowledge of those concepts. In contrast, our product will be much user friendly and can be used by people with any kind of a smartphone and do not need any knowledge of IT to use this app. And our distribution methods will be through Play Store for Android users and through App Store for iOS users. And we will have 2 plans, a free one and a premium one as well. And I'll invite Dilanka to continue. Thank you.
Thank you, Pramudita. Actually, in this research, we are planning to develop a cross-platform mobile app. So users can easily scan the bill and send to our server. So then the data extraction is going to be done by our server. So the data will be stored in our cloud, so the users can easily access their data anytime. To simplify this process and give this service as soon as possible, the application is going to use 2 main technologies. Those are Flutter and Firebase. With Flutter, we can make user-friendly apps with unified UI designed for cross-platform devices like Android and iOS. And we can reuse 80% of source code when we are designing a cross-platform app, so the app development time will be reduced. Using the Firebase backend, we will have a great advantage when we are using AI. All authentication and database will be handled by Firebase servers, so we can reduce our server deployment time. The load balancing is also done by automatically. With these technologies, for UI, estimated time will be less than 2 months. For backend services, another 3 to 4 months. With total amount of less than 5 months, we are hoping to release a beta version of this app to get feedbacks from the users. So this is how we are going to develop our model into commercial product. So we hope you got a clear idea. If you have any question, we like to answer them. Thank you.
Thank you, Semicolon ICDS. The judges can move ahead with the Q&A session now.
Yeah. Can you elaborate on the idea of like register previous payment history? Like, is it like both the user and the vendors can keep track of the expenses, or is it only the end user that will be keeping track of the payments that happen?
Yeah, actually, the users can get a capture from their mobile phone and upload to the other server. So only the user can take their data and see what they are uploaded, and they can only know the their analysis and all that.
Okay. You didn't have any plan to integrate the vendors or the sellers into this platform, right?
No, actually, we only targeted the public user case, general user case, but it can be used for companies as well as a next step.
Okay. So you guys mentioned also the development strategy, mobile apps, and your development strategies. So did you think of like where would you gonna host it? Like what's the hosting plan, or what kind of a hosting mechanism that you guys would adapt for a service like this?
Yeah, Dylan will answer that.
We are going to use Firebase as a basic one. So then after, when we are growing, we are going to use custom servers.
Okay. So like previously we asked also this question, like have you thought about the estimated costs that would involve in running a system like this initially?
Yeah. Actually, we have to make a host a server, so that will be around some cost we have to pay, and also we have to have someone to maintain the application, so that also cost for us.
Okay.
Judges, are we done with the questioning?
Yes, I'm done.
Thank you. So now let's have a 1 minute silence for the judges to finalize their marks.
Judges, can you proceed?
Yeah.
Thank you. So the fourth presentation of the day will be done by Team Enigma from Sleep. So before we start the presentation, I kindly request the team members to switch on your video camera so that our technical team can spotlight you. Thank you. Can the speaker see the timer screen?
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you very much. So starting from you, Vin, can you please recite your name to the camera so we can check your audio quality?
Yeah, hi, I'm Vin Pereira.
Janita.
Hi, I'm Janita Dasanayake.
Okay, next up, Udari.
Hi, I'm Udari Kaushalya Liyanage.
Can you please?
Hi,
I'm Udari Kaushalya Liyanage.
Okay.
I'm Ken.
Thank you very much. Judges, are you satisfied with the audio and the video quality? If so, we can proceed.
Yeah, let's go.
Thank you very much. We are ready to proceed, ladies and gentlemen. Team Enigma, you can start your presentations now. Good luck.
Okay, thanks, Arvind. So we are Team Enigma from SLIIT. So we would like to present our approach Invoicify under the topic of information extraction from CAN receipts. Yeah, Udar, can you go to the next slide? Okay, so yeah, in background, when we comparatively to the year 2000, we can expect that, can we expect that people will use paper bills, receipts more than 1 decade ahead? So with the industry 4.0, we know all the things are getting automated. So we think this is the time for use an application for scan receipt information extraction as well. Our ultimate goal is to accurately recognizing the total billed amount from scan bills, invoice images, like this. To do that, so we followed up the design thinking process, which contains 5 major components. Yeah, when we do our research, so we identified our user groups and we came up with personas. So we have a couple of representatives on behalf of these user groups and personas. So guys, can you share your experience with the existing applications?
Hi, I'm Sam. I'm fed up with handling my bill. So now some of them are missing. So now I couldn't track them. So because of that reason, I can't. It's hard to manage my expenses.
Hi, think I'm a fashion designer. I spend money without thinking, but I need to collect some. And also, I don't like to fill many details in online transactions and don't like to wait in big pollings for bill.
Hi, I'm Calvin, and I'm a teacher. I can't pay huge amount to buy stuff. So that I use installment payments. Over the time, it's hard to keep track of the bills and amount to pay. I need a better way.
Okay, so you saw what are the requirements and the pain points of the users with the existing applications. So when we proceed with our research, so we did a competitive analysis with 3 applications which already exist in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store, the Wallet, MoneyLove, and Expensify. So what we saw was the OCR, keys extraction compatibility was not there with these applications, and also those things don't support to the mobile transaction as well. So in brief, most of these approaches are just do the give the compatibility to the upload images and all enter all the text-based values manually. The approach will be explained by Kenneth.
Yeah, we intend to develop a mobile application to extract key information from receipt or invoices and make payments according to those details. This enables users to collect, store, analyze, and get insight from their expenses. That will lead users to track and improve their financial choices over the time. Also, we intend to integrate with the bank to allow users to pay their bills just by taking a snapshot of the receipt or the bill or the invoice. So if we go to our overall diagram, you can clearly see we use a mobile application to scan the invoice and send it to a server. From there, we extract the information and store it in a data warehouse. Then we can do analytics on that, get insight. So after joining with the, if we can join with the bank, then we can allow payments to do with this app also. If you do we look at our system architecture, after we scan in the receipt, we send it to the centralized system. There we will be process the image and extract the text. After that, we extract the text and pre-process the text also. Then after that, we will apply that into a machine learning algorithm to predict the key features of that receipt accurately. Then that will send back to our application. There user can check and confirm and edit and save or reject that data. So if we look, this is our work breakdown structure. If we look at our technologies, we are going to use OCR and OpenCV for text extraction and image pre-processing, text architecture for the communication, Flutter for the mobile application development, and a private cloud storage to manage our data. So we also intend to use bidirectional LSTM algorithm to NLP tasks to process the text and predict the key features. So let's look at our requirements.
Okay, thank you, Kenneth. When it comes to the requirement, we divided our requirements into three phases, like functional requirement, non-functional requirement, and personal requirements. When it comes to the functional requirement, our system should be able to capture the user inputs clearly and should be able to adjust the scans. And our system should have a method to pre-process the image automatically and save it in the proper manner. So when it comes to the functional requirements, the efficiency and performance of the application is mandatory, and ensure the system availability and the accuracy is must, because of this application is mostly engaging with the people's money, and the usefulness and the usability is the other part. So when it comes to the personal requirements, user should have a basic understanding about how to use a mobile application. So let's move to the expecting challenges. So while doing the second round of this hackathon, we face we face so many challenges. So if we have listed down small font size, poor paper quality, low resolution, low contrast, long text, scanning disruption, faded context, likewise. So these issues finally end up with low accuracy. So let's see how can we mitigate that one. So in here, the left-hand corner, we have mentioned the image. So you can see it's not with the optimal quality. So that sample image needs to clearly needs some pre-processing, like scaling to the right side, and we need to increase the contrast. I mean, because the low contrast can be a result in poor OCR, and binarize the image. So in our application, we are planning to cover up all the bills, quotations, receipts, invoice, likewise. So those can be in multiple colors. So then we need to convert into the one format like black and white. So another advantage of using binarized method is it will help to reduce the size before sending it to the OCR engine. So next one is skew correction. So at all the time, we can't restrict the customer to upload capture a good photo. So the image can be aligned to the certain angle. So we have to mitigate that one as well. So when it comes to the noise removal, the main objective is to smooth the image by removing the patches and dots. So we did the research part. So then we found out some existing solutions. So most of the solutions use static pre-processing method, but in our case, we can use a dynamic pre-processing to optimize the process. Like think that the captured image is small letters, our system will automatically can suggest the suitable rescaling one, like intercube. So we will next move to the prototype that we have done.
Yeah, we have created a high fidelity prototype using Figma, and here the users can insert, users have inserted their previous builds, and here the users have an option to upload images using photo gallery or camera. After capturing the image, the application will be extracted the data, and we have provided edit option to the customers. and after confirming, the receipt can be added to the application. In this case, for personal usage, actually this is very important for tracking the expenses. We can get insights about past expenses and do an analysis about what we have mostly expended by periodically, bill categories for what we have spend our money, which categories, and how many installment we have to pay about some product, or how much we have to pay. And also, rather than that, we can add reminders to bill payments, or we can make alerts for superfluous expenses. If we talk about the connected payment with banks like things, we can add our receipts and directly pay without inserting bill items one by one manually. So let's talk about the future implementations. Here we can do what we can do is we can convert into different languages, and we can give recommendations based on the previous purchases for the customers after analyzing what they have purchased or what about the products they have mostly expense, and we can indicate superfluous expenses. When we talk about the commercialization, we can implement this as a version-wise mobile application. So version alpha, version beta, or finally UAT. And here we can give free trial for with the limited features for the customers to attract them. And in the last, we can give them a full complete version for limited time period, and we can notify after the end of the time period as to purchase the premium product. This is our Gantt chart. We have finalized this for a 3-month process, and we have given our tasks here, what we have to do with this time period. We think Enigma think that this process will be a good application for better tracking for expenses and make easy and overcome most common financial problems. Thank you.
Thank you, Team Enigma, for that fabulous presentation. Judges, if you have any questions, you may direct them now.
So the pay by bank feature that you are going to introduce, so can you elaborate a little on that? Like, what was your plan? Is it like, so you give, yeah.
Yes, so we thought to implement it as a optional one, because we don't know how will the bank react to this kind of application. So main thing is, if we can integrate with the bank to build this application, then we can build this application for them. So then they can commercialize and go to market with this application. They can get most of the benefit from this application. Like so this data will be stored in a data warehouse. They can use it to market research. So also banks, if a bank want to adjust with their credit card payments, you can use this as a two-way verification to manage reduce the credit card frauds also. There is a different area, so we focused on the user aspect.
Okay, good.
You think about the target market that we will be addressing? Is this going to be a commercial market or maybe individual users?
I'm sorry, I didn't got you.
Did you think about the target market? Like, for example, for whom will you be selling this product or giving this product to?
This product will be available for anyone, so anyone can download it and use it. So if it's useful for tracking your day-to-day expenses after using trial version, you can buy it. Then also use also the marketing segment, and also the sales business market. They can use this market analysis to profit from this huge variety of data that comes in.
All right.
Yeah, and also let's say when a bank requests this application as an add-on or plugin, so then we can develop it to them with optimizing according to their requirements.
Yeah, Yeah, that's a smart way of thinking. Like rather than going alone, trying a domain expertise. Yeah, it's a great thought. Yeah.
Judges, are there any other questions?
Yeah, I have one question. So you're dealing with very sensitive data, right? I mean, you essentially have
Yes.
what people sort of spend on a daily basis. Have you
Yes.
thought about data security?
Yes.
That aspect? Yeah.
Yes. From the that aspect, so if we work with the bank, we have to come to policies that we don't use to process customer behavior. We don't focus on customer behavior. We focus on the customer market research. So we only need product details and those things, not the customer details. So by that kind of methodology, we can keep the trust between customers. Also, we have to use centralized servers in banks, like not cloud, because clouds are not safe for sensitive data like customer details as such as. So that's what we thought.
Yeah, and also when we consider the data security side, so when the project is growing, so we can have a hybrid approach with local servers and the cloud as well. So as Kenneth said, so we can get like if we consider AWS as a cloud service provider, so they have very good plans for execute to the data security as well. So then we can go with the hybrid approach in that case.
Okay.
Judges, can we proceed?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, judges. So now we will be having a 1 minute silence for the judges to finalize their marks.
Judges, shall we proceed?
Yes.
Thank you. The last presentation for the day will be done by the team Residuals from University of Colombo. So I would like to ask the team members who will be conducting the presentation to turn on your video camera so that our technical team can spotlight you. Thank you. Starting from Seika, can you state your name to the camera so that we can check your audio quality?
Hi, I'm Seika.
Thank you. Geesa.
Hi, I'm Geesa.
Jayani.
Hello, I'm Jayani.
Tarinder.
Hi, I'm Tharinder.
The judges, are you satisfied with the audio and the video quality of the computers?
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you. We are ready to proceed, ladies and gentlemen. Team Residuals, you can start your presentation now. Best of luck.
Are you tired of managing your finances using manual bookkeeping? Or how much resources are you wasting on manual bookkeeping every day? Not only that, do you always lose track of your bills and doesn't the ink eventually fade away? Don't you get tired from all of these problems? The main reason most users turn to automation is because of these very reasons, and to take slow, repetitive tasks like these off their own plates, which of course gives us extra time for far more important work, rather than simply staying busy with less impactful tasks. We humans are wonderful, but we are also prone to making mistakes. The more documents and data points we process, the more likely we are to slip errors in without noticing. Software, on the other hand, is designed to repeat tasks endlessly in exactly the same way. So mistakes are far less common. During the height of the COVID crisis in early 2020, most of the businesses had to transform into a digitized state. Due to this transformation, especially government services struggled to convert their past transactions in hand because these documents and data they needed was not available whenever and wherever required. Those days are behind us. We have the technology now to make bookkeeping faster, more accurate, and far more productive. Introducing the Textractor, AI-powered automatic bookkeeper that will help solve all of your problems. Interested in knowing more? So next, Jayani will explain more about the Textractor and the features it brings to the table. Over to you, Jayani.
Thank you, Geesa. Textractor is an application that can be accessed through both web and mobile platforms. It will solve all the bookkeeping problems that you deal with when having to do everything manually. So basically, Textractor is a general purpose expense management system that helps to keep track of all your expenses automatically and all in one place. Simply by scanning your bills and receipts, Textractor helps you keep track of your expenses easily. And Textractor can be used for personal expense management and also for small-scale businesses. So what does Textractor provide for you? You will be able to keep track of your expenses periodically and view your recent purchases and frequently visited shops. It will also give predictions for how your expenses would look like in the future. Also, a recommender system will suggest related shops and items. Textractor will have indicators for excessive spending as well. And it also gives API support for developers to integrate Textractor to other products. Now, Tharinder will present our marketing strategy. Over to you.
Thank you, Jayani. Looking at our go-to-market strategy, we have identified these users as our target customers. Individual users, they can use Textractor to manage their personal expenses, groceries and small-scale businesses for inventory and logistic management. When it comes to large-scale businesses, they can use Textractor for petty cash transaction, HCM, and reimbursements. We also provide APIs for software developers. As you can see, we are able to cater a large group of customers with this particular system. We have also identified the potential market that can be approached if the solution is developed further, like with the support to extract from invoices and other documents. Those are government companies and institutions, companies undergoing digital transformations, and computer vision related service providers. So for our next, we have the marketing strategy. We propose a B2B plus B2C combined strategy. Since we are addressing a particular group of people, we will make use of customized content and inbound marketing. Next slide, please. We will also use social media marketing and SEO. As we provide APIs, Textractor can be combined with other products and services as well. Therefore, we also consider co-branding and affinity. There are many competitors in the market, but the features provided by Textractor makes it stand out of these competitors. As for the limitations of these solutions, they do not provide additional language support or insights and predictions into future expenses as we do. So that's what makes Textractor better. Over to Sekha to explain the modeling process.
Thank you, Tharinder. The first step in the modeling process of extracting key information from bills, invoices, receipts, and other scanned documents is optimal character recognition, or OCR. It is the process of identifying text characters from scanned documents. However, just extracting text from these bills is not enough. We need to extract key information such as date, products, and even total amount. This is indeed very important if we are to digitize these documents for financial, accounting, and other tasks. Obtaining text using OCR is relatively easy. However, obtaining these key features is the most challenging task of the process because various bills have various structures. So, in summary, what we need to do is somehow extract key information from the bills like this. This is the goal of our model. We have a proposed solution to this by considering various literature. The way to approach this problem is by using an end-to-end sequential approach. To understand this, we need to identify key features that is required for the model. Textual features give coordinates of bounding boxes and texts within. Then we need to vectorize each text with word embeddings to input to our model. In our semi-final round in the hackathon, we considered textual features without the bounding boxes and vectorized the full text. That can be improved. Researchers usually ignore spatial and visual features most of the time, and we did not consider them either in the previous round. However, they can increase accuracy of the model. Generally, the company name is on the top of the invoice. Date, invoice number is usually in the upper part of the invoices. Total amount is at the bottom. These features come under spatial features. Visual features are also important, and they indicate features like color density, color of text, background color of text block. Example, company names and such would be highlighted like in here. To extract this information, we can use a convolutional neural network. Next, we have the sequential features, which consist of relative sequence of text blocks. For example, address is usually followed by the company name. This sequential information of bounding boxes can be extracted by using an end-to-end sequential tagging model such as LSTM. This is the diagram that shows the whole modeling process in summary. First, extract text from OCR, create the bounding boxes, then use a vector transformation to the bounding boxes to get the text features. Then a CNN for visual features, and then finally the spatial features. These three features are assembled together to obtain the final vector representation. Then, before inputting them into the LSTM to obtain sequential features, we add padding to make all observations the same length, as some bills has different number of words, etc. Then, a conditional random field in the LSTM will assign a class for each bounding box, such as total, company name, etc. Then we can save this information in our database. We hope to finish this product in less than 5 months. Hopefully, we will be able to deploy this into the Sri Lankan context so that people can use this and make use of the product in the near future. Thank you, and let us know if you have any questions.
Thank you, Team Residuals. Judges, you can direct any questions you have to the competitors now.
Yeah, so about the potential, the market segments that you target, can you elaborate a little more on how would you target, which kind of groups that you target with this product, or is it general public, or is there any particular target groups?
So usually we can target people that are people who tend to use this type of features. They are usually like they're knowledgeable people about the technology. So we can target the general public as well. But if we add more features, and if we expand this to extract documents such as procurements and other financial documents, we could go for like larger businesses or even government companies as well.
Yeah. So you guys have a sort of a new idea of having an API. So who are you going to give this API to? Like, who's going to be consuming these APIs?
Mostly developers, because with the API, they can use these features to extract text without building their own model. So for someone who wants to work with software that involves this OCR part, we could give this support for that.
Do you think financial institution can make use of this, or like customize your proposal to a way that they can use it in a different way rather than the end user who's tracking the business? Do you see any potential there?
Yes, it's possible, because if we integrate table extraction as a whole, because they can use this not only to extract text but also to do predictions, because models are like they're not generalizable. They are like they're more intended towards their business goals. They are context dependent, so we can't give them a pre-trained model or something like that. But if they can use our features and use that to be come with their own models to do predictions and so on.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Can you explain a bit about hosting, where you're planning to host this, and probably some about the data security aspects?
We could use something like AWS for this. As per data security, we have to follow some encryption protocols for this, and we should make sure that we don't use these details for marketing purposes. So if we can guarantee those things, it's possible to address those issues.
Okay.
Judges, are we done with the Q&A session?
Yes.
Thank you. So now we will be having a 1 minute of silence for the judges to finalize their marks. That was the last presentation, ladies and gentlemen. We have opened a breakout room for the judges to have their discussion. I kindly request all the judges to accept the request to enter the breakout room. In 10 minutes time, we'll be having the feedback speech of all the presentations, which will be done by one of our esteemed judges, Mr. Tardil Thundenia. It was really amazing listening to all the presentations, and it truly explains the hardships that you all have gone through in preparing for the competition. Whatever the result may be, you all can have a pat on your back for giving everyone in the audience a great show of raw talent. Now, it is the time to have a look at the glamour of our strategic and knowledge partner, Creator Software.
It began 20 years ago. 2 people and a dream that offered a myriad of possibilities. Today, that dream has grown into reality. One that includes more than 700 highly skilled software professionals working in multiple associated companies. Launched in 1999, Creative Software is one of Sri Lanka's pioneering software development companies. Our success story is one of steady expansion and development. For 2 decades now, we have been engaged in delivering world-class software products, creating the future of enterprise software with solutions that adapt and evolve along with the world we live in. Our technology has helped people live safer, healthier, better lives, offering them recourse to the services they need the most. We have transformed businesses, simplified lives, increased benefits, and improved accessibility. Today, Creative Software work for clients around the world and across a wide variety of sectors, from construction, logistics, manufacturing and retail, to finance, healthcare, mobile workforce, telecommunications, hospitality, mining, and education. Creative Software is proud to contribute close to 3 billion Sri Lankan rupees in export revenue to the country on an annual basis. Creative Software believes in creating an environment in which its team members can flourish not just professionally but personally, with a working atmosphere that includes spaces for reflection and relaxation, flexible working hours, regular team building activities, professional development and training programs, and a strong commitment to encouraging a healthy work-life balance. It is no surprise that many of our team members now count 10 years or more with the Creative Software family. Retaining and attracting the best is a priority for Creative Software. With this in mind, the company invests in regular university outreach programs. With a focus on molding the software professionals of tomorrow, we opened 2 R&D centers at NSBM Green University Town and another in-house with the University of Colombo School of Computing. We are committed to aligning with global trends. Our R&D Center for AI, machine learning and deep learning provides an ideal platform for the younger generation to enhance their skills. The company also carries out a range of mentoring and research programs, as well as internships, career days, and the recently launched and very popular Creative Sixes, the first inter-IT faculty cricket tournament in Sri Lanka. All of our university engagement initiatives are designed to take talented students direct to the global marketplace and postings with our eminent international clientele. At Creative Software, we look back proudly on 20 years of unprecedented growth as one of Sri Lanka's pioneers in software exports. And we look to the future with confidence in our people, our philosophy, and in the limitless potential of what we have to offer.
Let me acknowledge our gracious sponsors again, without whom we would not have been able to conduct this event on this caliber. Thank you once again. Sometimes a short voyage down the memory lane is all it takes to appreciate where we are today. To give you a glimpse of all the excitement, we have a small video clip prepared that will definitely evoke memories. So the upcoming segment is going to touch the emotions of viewers through visuals of recap. Let us sit back and enjoy the memorable moments.
Before moving on to the next segment of the event, let me give a very warm welcome to the Vice Chancellor of University of Colombo, Senior Professor Chandrika N. Vijayaratne, who just joined the event. Also, the judges have completed the judges' discussion and have joined the session.
So next in line, I would like to invite Mr. Thanju Thundenia, Director, Application Management of Creative Software, to deliver his feedback speech with regard to the top 5 group presentations.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. So first of all, I would like to thank the organizing committee for organizing such an event in this challenging time. It should be pretty hard to bring in this amount of teams into one place and conduct a session. So hats off to that, and congratulations for completing such an event. So my speech is about to give you guys some idea or share some feedbacks about the hackathon experience that we had, plus the presentations that you guys did regarding product idea that we can build on top of this research area. So after looking at the submissions and approaches that you guys have demonstrated, of course, there were a lot of positive things that we can take out. The main standout positive factor for us was the enthusiasm and the courage that you guys have shown throughout this competition. So we know that it's a challenging time, but even the challenge that we gave you was kind of not straightforward, but we saw that nobody gave up until the last moment, and there were submissions until the last minute. So that demonstrates that you guys are really enthusiastic about solving these problems, and you are very interested in this machine learning and data science area. Another positive area that we saw was you guys have expressed a good deal of expertise in doing Python coding, and your handling of Python data structures and data science related libraries were in acceptable or very good state. You could have also improved that, but I think compared to university students, I think it's a good level of expertise. Apart from that, a general comment is like, also you might know that none of the teams completed the task 100% in the hackathon stage. Yeah, but some people came in close with their models. Some people use rule-based models and other stuff. Definitely there were options that you could have taken more. I can give you some feedbacks on what are the changes of your approaches that you could have adjusted. Before that, one more thing is like these challenges, these tasks might be challenging, but getting things right for the first time might not be the best thing that could happen for you. Like you might have failed in the hackathon to complete a model, but that could have been the best thing that could have happened, where that failure should give you more motivation and energy to be in a better position next time. So I think you should be happy that you didn't get it right for the first time, but you should be happy for the effort that you put in during the hackathon experience and throughout this whole experience as well. So for some improvements or feedbacks that I would like to give you from this experience is, so one basic feedback would be, so machine learning problems is about teaching a machine how to think like a human. Most of the problems would be like that. So you have to, when you are presented with a problem, just try to think of it, just try to model it in a way, if that problem was given to you, how would you approach it? How would you approach in solving that? For example, in this case, a scanned bill image with a set of purchased items, and you want to extract the total amount. So if you were given this task to do it manually, how would you approach it? I think what you would do is you wouldn't look at the top. Of course, the total might not be in the top. So you might, first of all, you would save time and go a little bit down and see it. Most of the time, it's preceded by a set of purchased items. It might have total, subtotal, or any other number. So there will be certain things that runs in your mind, and that's what you should train the model. That's how you should train the machine as well. we felt that most of the teams struggled a bit in identifying the feature set that how you could extract the relevant features from a bunch of text. That's why we wanted to push you through that path where, okay, you can use the existing model method to extract the text, but from that, how you would go about in extracting important features. So just think in a basic way, if I was given this task to do it manually, how I would approach it. Then try to model it using the technologies and tools that are available outside. Then I think another feedback that I would like to give is the amount of literature survey, especially during the hackathon. You might not had a lot of time, but I still suggest that at least the first hour you should have spent in reading some of the existing literature out there, and maybe that might have given you a better position to try out certain things. So when we were going through the hackathon presentations, we clearly felt that the literature survey was lacking, but in these presentations, you guys have done a better job in going out there and searching a few other options. And we realized most of the teams proposed fairly feasible models. But to be honest, when we were announcing the champions, I think they had the most feasible model, or even at the hackathon, they were the team that's more or less in the correct path of extracting the features and solving the problem. So, but the general idea or the general comment there was try to do, even in a hackathon, try to spend a little time on literature surveys and some of the existing methods that have been tried in the problem area that you are going to address. The next is an important aspect. We know that there might be students coming from different university streams like statistics, computer science, IT, and others, but just try to learn and be aware about the latest technologies that are out there in the industry to do machine learning and to build products as well. So especially, you might have heard of the cloud infrastructure and the cloud technologies. So when developing complex models, doing complex computations, there are a lot of new computing power that's out there in the internet. For example, GPUs, tensors from Google. So we realized that you guys didn't leverage those capabilities a lot, but I suggest that you should read on GPUs, TensorFlow technologies. Another key thing to remember would be the distributed computing, for example. Right now, you just work with like 100 or 650 images, but if there are millions, if there are trillions of data records that you need to process, you won't be able to do it from your laptop. You have to leverage some of these infrastructure. You have to leverage the new distributed computing features, tools, and the concepts that are coming out every day. So standout things, if you're doing machine learning, just try to be familiar with some of the distributed computing technologies, tools, open source technologies that are coming out. Also, when it comes to collaboration, you can use a lot of technologies like JIT, the collaboration workbooks that you can use. We thought that the usage of such technologies and tools were very minimal. Most of the teams tried it out by themselves in their local machines, then uploaded an image, but it's okay. But highly encourage you to read on these things and be up to speed on these new technologies. When you go into the industry to work, or if you should do your research based on these areas, your researchers will be much more advanced. Even if you go into the industry to work, you will be better off. Plus, most of the industry is using these latest technologies at their actual day-to-day life. So new technologies, distributed computing, leveraging the cloud infrastructures is another suggestion that we would like to propose. The next is along the same line. Just try to be aligned with the research areas that you are interested in. If it is extracting text from machine, text from images, just try to, the research communities are going very fast. So you have to be on par with them. Just read on how they evaluate as you would know, these days, the hot topic for image extracting information from images is LSTM and other ways, but a couple of years back, it was not the case. Because the computation powers keep on changing, some methods and technologies that are infeasible 5 years back are now feasible. In another 5 years, you could have used another technology which could have been computationally incapable at this time. So you have to be reading and be on alert on what are the technological changes that are happening in the industry all the time. Most of the repositories and most of these implementations and research are out there in the public internet. You can read and follow them. So just try to pick your research interest areas and keep on following those implementation tools, discussions in the internet. So also, I should congratulate you, all of you, for participating into a hackathon like this. So hackathons make you a standout person where it will help you to learn something beyond the university curriculum. So the struggle that you do, the struggles that you make during the hackathons, the pressure, the presentation, and the teamwork that you have to bring in to be successful in these time-limited competitions, that will build a new set of skills within you. So hackathons, I believe that it will be a great opportunity for you to be a standout, high-performing individual as well. So feel free to win or lose. Feel free to join and participate into more and more hackathons and try the different problems that they come up with. So also we would like to encourage you to not to stop these initiatives by a hackathon. If you feel like there's an idea that you can continue to work on, is there any idea that you can think that you can continue to research on, please feel free to continue that. Maybe you can contact some of the industry people and propose some of these solutions and try to bring something out from these suggestions. The next and the final remark that I want to make is we can see that everyone participated, had a lot of potential to do more, and you just need to find ways to harness that potential and talent, the raw talent that you guys have, into great outcomes. By great outcomes, meaning something that you can do to change the world, even the way that people operate in the future. So don't be shy to think big. I think you should think big, dream a lot, and try to do something to change the world and make the country proud one day by doing these researches, trying to build something new. So that's my final remark. So I would like to congratulate all of you again and the organizing committee to organizing such a thing, plus letting us be a part of this hackathon as well. So thank you very much.
Thank you for that excellent speech, Mr. Tundenia. I believe that it captivated the essence of all the presentations. Also, I believe that all the teams and also the audience had a lot to learn from that speech. I would like to take this opportunity to give a very warm welcome to Senior Professor D.U.J. Sonnadara, who is the Dean of the Faculty of Science, University of Colombo. A small notice to all the teams and everyone present. We'll be having a group photo of everyone right after the award ceremony. So please make sure to stick around till the end.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have been keeping you waiting for long enough. In my hand, I have the results of the competition. Trust me, it has not been an easy process of selecting the winners. So ladies and gentlemen, who do you think has won the competition? Is the winning team from University of Colombo or is it from University of Peradeniya? And we also have a team joining from Slate. Or do you think that the winning team is from University of Mortua? Ladies and gentlemen, who do you think has won the grand prize of Mini Hackathon 2021? Let me now save you from suspense. The 5th place of Mini Hackathon 2021 goes to Ladies and gentlemen, the fifth place of Mini Hackathon 2021 goes to Team Bit Lasagna from University of Peradeniya. Congratulations, Team Bit Lasagna. So the certificates will be awarded by the Director of the Center for Data Science, Dr. Samira Viswakula, and the cash prize of 10,000 rupees will be awarded by Ms. Surangi Sangarapillai, Director of Marketing and Communications, Creative Software. And also, I request all the team members of the team Bit Lasagna to turn your camera on to be recognized. Thank you, Dr. Samira Viswakula, Ms. Surangi Sangarapillai, and once again, congratulations to Team Bit Lasagna.
Now, it's the time to award the fourth place of the competition. The fourth place of the Mini Hackathon 2021 goes to Team Semicolon ICDS from University of Peradeniya. Congratulations, Semicolon ICDS. The certificates will be awarded by Dr. Samira Viswakula, Director of the Center for Data Science, and the cash prize of 10,000 rupees will be awarded by Mr. Tharida Thundeniya, Director of Application Management at Creative Software. I request everyone from Team Semicolon ICDS to turn your video camera on to be recognized. Thank you, Dr. Samira Viswakula, Mr. Tharida Thundeniya, and congratulations to Team Semicolon ICDS.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me now take the privilege to announce the second runners-up of Mini Hackathon 2021. And the award goes to Ladies and gentlemen, the second runners-up of Mini Hackathon 2021 is Team Enigma from SLIT. Congratulations, Team Enigma. The certificate will be awarded by the Head of Department of Statistics, Professor Chandima Tilakaratna, and the cash prize of 20,000 rupees will be awarded by Mr. Tharida Thundeniya, Director of Application Management at Creative Software. And also, I invite all the team members of Team Enigma to switch on your video camera to be recognized. Thank you, Professor Chandima Tilakaratna, Mr. Tharida Thundeniya, and once again, congratulations to Team Enigma.
The time you all have been waiting for has finally arrived. It is the time to crown the winner of the Mini Hackathon 2021. We have two teams remaining. Who do you think is the winner? Is it from University of Colombo or is it from the University of Moratuwa? The winner of Mini Hackathon 2021 is, ladies and gentlemen, Team Residuals from University of Colombo. Congratulations, Team Residuals. Before we award the prizes, let us announce the first runner-up of the competition.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me now take the honor to announce the first runner-up of Mini Hackathon 2021. And the award goes to Team Ladies and gentlemen, the first runner-up of Mini Hackathon 2021 goes to Team Noob Hackers from University of Martua. Congratulations, Team Noob Hackers. The certificates will be awarded by Senior Professor D.U.J. Sonnadara, Dean, Faculty of Science, University of Colombo. And the cash prize of 30,000 rupees will be awarded by Mr. Sajid Piris, co-founder, owner of Creative Software. And also, I invite the team leader of Noob Hackers to switch on your camera to be recognized. Thank you, Senior Professor D.U.J. Sonnadara, Mr. Sajid Piris, and once again, congratulations to Team Noob Hackers.
Let us now award the prizes of the champions of Mini Hackathon 2021. The certificates will be awarded by the Vice Chancellor of University of Colombo, Senior Professor Chandrika N. Vijayaratna. The cash prize of 50,000 rupees will be awarded by Mr. Sajid Perez, co-founder, owner of Creative Software. I request the team leader of Team Residuals to turn on your video camera to be recognized. Thank you, Senior Professor Chandrika and Vijayaratna, Mr. Sajid Perez, and congratulations, Team Residuals. Before we move on to the next segment, we'll be having the group photo for today's event. So I would like to invite everyone to turn your video cameras on to take the group photo. Please have your video cameras on for a while since we take the photos.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. Ladies and gentlemen, I now cordially invite Ovini Karyavasam, Secretary of Stud Circle of Faculty of Science, University of Colombo, to propose the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Ovin. Vice Chancellor, University of Colombo, Senior Professor Chandrika N. Vijayaratna, Dean, Faculty of Science, University of Colombo, Senior Professor D.U.J. Sonnadara, Head, Department of Statistics, Professor Chandima Tilakaratna, all academic staff members of the Faculty of Science, and invited guests. It is a great honor and privilege to have been asked to present the vote of thanks on this occasion. First of all, I would like to congratulate the winners of Mini Hackathon 2021 on a job well done. On behalf of the Stat Circle, I would like to acknowledge our gratitude to the Vice Chancellor, Dean, Head of the Department, and our judge panel for taking time off their busy schedule and joining us. I'm also very grateful to our knowledge and strategic partner, Creative Software, for their continuous assistance and guidance. We greatly appreciate Ms. Surangi Sandura Pillai, Ms. Kanchana Ranasinghe, Mr. Tharinda Thundeniya, Mr. Keith Sugadadasa, Mr. Sandhu Namaratunga, and Mr. Pubudu Sitinamaluwa for the time and effort they took to share their experiences and insights into how we should plan this event. I would also like to express our sincere gratitude to Dr. Samira Viswakula, Dr. Nadika Basnayaka, Dr. Rasika Jayatilaka, and Dr. Sunitra Abhay-Singham for their immense cooperation in the organization of Mini Hackathon 2021. Their effective planning and leadership helped to make this event a success. Also, a big thank you goes to our official media partner, Foss Media. An event like this cannot take place overnight. The wheels started rolling weeks ago. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of dedicated and motivated members who always went beyond the expectation by working round the clock. Your undivided attention to detail and remarkable coordination enabled us to mark this event a success. Last but not least, a very big thank you to each and every one of you who helped to make Mini Hackathon 2021 a success. Your cooperation and effort are greatly appreciated. Thank you all for being with us this evening. Thank you very much. Over to you, Owen.
Thank you, Avini. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of Mini Hackathon 2021. Before we officially conclude the competition, I would like to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors once again for supporting this event and for contributing to make this event a success. We would also like to thank the working committees for making this event possible. We also express special thanks to our guests, speakers, volunteers, technical support groups, and to all who have contributed to the success of this event, as well as to all who are present here today.
All data has its own beauty, but not everyone sees it. For more than 2 weeks, we hope you all have witnessed the beauty of data. The first ever international conference in Data Science 2021 lets us cherish the story of 20 years of Department of Statistics and commemorate the 5th anniversary of Center for Data Science as a part of the centenary celebration of University of Colombo. Today is the last day of the International Conference for Data Science 2021. To conclude the event, I would like to invite Dr. Samira Vishwapula, the chair for the event.
Thank you. A very good evening, good morning, and good afternoon to you all. Madam Vice Chancellor, Senior Professor Chandrika Vijayarathne, Dean, Faculty of Science, Senior Professor Pul Sonnadara, Head, Department of Statistics, Professor Chandima Tilakaratne, Co-founder and owner of Creative Software, Mr. Sajid Piris, other guests from Creative Software, staff of the Department of Statistics, and dear students. Thank you all for attending the very first data science conference held in Sri Lanka. I hope you had a wonderful time and you learned something new. Many people worked hard to make this conference a success. I would like to thank them all, and especially their family members. Working from home is difficult, and this conference made it extra special. The time has come to conclude the proceedings of inaugural International Conference in Data Science, ICDS 2021. See you all in the next conference. Until then, keep crunching data. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Samira. All good things must come to an end. It has been a fabulous evening today. Thank you for joining in with us. I'm Lasisa Di Costa, signing off. Have a good night and stay safe.